So, I have an experience that I am being led to share with people. It's hard to explain. I'm going to do my best. So, to preface this, let me just say I was raised Christian, and bad things happened in the private school, Christian school I grew up in, and those things bled over to the church I grew up in. And when I got old enough, I ran from all of it. I ran from God. I ran from the church. I ran from everything. So, about 14 years ago, the Lord came to me. He came to me where I was and basically said, "Can we have a chat?" And I recognized him immediately. And I said, of course, Lord. And during that chat, basically what was said to me was, those are sinful humans. Those are sinful people. What they do is what they do. It is not me. I've been with you all along. I have been taking care of you. Here, see this, that. That was me taking care of you. I still love you and I still want you, and that's when I started my path back. So I've been drawing closer and closer. For a person that never prayed and then prayed off and on, I'm to the point where we have a chat every night before I go to sleep. May not be long sometimes, but I touch bases. We have a chat. So, and now I chat before I go to bed, off and on during the day. Yeah, it's like he's a friend that is with me all day long. I comment on this, I comment on that. So, about a month ago, maybe a little less, I was on social media and I saw several people that claimed to be Christian out of one side of their mouth. And then in the next comment or the next one after that, they were being horrible. They were bearing false witness. They were being nasty. They were saying horrible things to people who just didn't agree with them. And I said to the Lord, I said, well, that's not very Christian. How can they do that? That's it doesn't make you look very good. And that's upsetting to me. In the next instant, it was like my focus was angry and narrow on those people in front of me. In an instant, an understanding, a comprehension washed over me that took it from here to the whole world. And I profoundly understood the scale of the problem. A large portion of Christians this applies to. They say they're Christian, and then they go about their regular day and they do just whatever. They don't even try. They're not even in a good college try to do what the Lord asks of us to do. They don't even try. It's Christian in name only, basically. It was so many and so profound, it took my breath away for a moment or two. It's huge. And I hate to even try to put a number on it, but my understanding was maybe 75% of Christians. And then I was angry. I started out angry. And then this comprehension washed over me. And oh my gosh. And then I felt a deep distress and sadness that was not my own. Just, I can't even describe how deep and despairing it was. The Lord's despair over these people that he just wishes would come to him. Just deep despair. I almost started to cry. And then it was done. It was just a moment, just an opening up of comprehension, wider than I could have ever known. So I've been led to share this with you guys. The comprehension was very similar, but much wider and grander in scale. If somebody on social media makes a post and says something, but they're not communicating very clearly, and you're like, what? Try that again. What are you trying to say? And then they respond back in a much more clear manner, and you go, oh, I get it. I get it. I get it now. It was like that, but on a very grand scale. I was only understanding this tiny piece, and all of a sudden, whoosh. So it was a warning to me. I know it was a warning to me. I have a very critical, judgy mind and a very critical, judgy mouth on me. So it was definitely a warning to me. And then a couple hours later, I was led to a Bible passage that I'm going to read for you. The passage is Matthew 12, starting at verse 34. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The good person out of his good treasure brings forth good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure brings forth evil. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. So I'm still wrestling with that. Because I am critical and judgy, does that make me an evil person? Or can that be changed? Is it evil that people don't try to follow what God asks us to do? And if we try, does that make us good people? I'm still wrestling with all of that. So I'm not sitting on a pedestal, speaking down to the masses. I'm probably in the mud underneath their feet. Just saying. This understanding, it made me understand in a very real way. This is what the Bible is talking about when it says it is easier for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. And the passages that speak about the way to heaven is narrow and hard to find. Those have, rather than just information, rational understanding, I read this into my mind. I have a whole halo of actual real understanding around this. It floored me. Those passages in the Bible that speak about those things, this is exactly what they're talking about. So I'm being led to share this. So I'm thinking that it wasn't just for me. I'm just one of many. And that perhaps I'm supposed to be sharing this because others need to hear this. So that was the experience I had. That was the understanding I was given. Make of it what you will. But the end message to me was, you need to review what you do as opposed to what you claim. If you claim to be Christian, don't be lukewarm. That whole lukewarm spit you out of my mouth thing, yeah. You have to at least try. You have to be making strong, heartfelt effort, trying to do as we're directed to do. Sorry, I'm still wrestling with understanding and putting all the pieces together, but that was essentially it. Um, these people are doing this. They don't even, they will do it right in front of you. And they don't even realize they're doing it. It's like they lack comprehension that they are doing this. Right in front of you, I'm Christian, the blah, 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 blah. And you're like, wait, what? They don't see it. I don't know how they don't see it, but they don't see it. They don't comprehend they're even doing it. So you might want to look inside and have a review inside. Ask the Lord for understanding. Ask Him to show you what you're doing, who you are being. Ask Him, seek Him with heartfelt earnestness. You know, am I doing this? What am I doing? What should I not be doing? Ask for His guidance. Anyway, I hope this helps some people. Till next video.